Some people can't be saved. Some will never learn.
My man is 100% correct. We all know people like this. Let's just call him Jim.
My pro-Trump coworker be working 65 to 70 hours a week. I'm talking like 3 separate jobs, but is against unions. Man's as old as and drowning in medical bills, but is against free healthcare.
Jim, who's 57 years old, who has a bad back, who has medical debt, who works 3 jobs, 70 hours a week, can barely make ends meet, but he doesn't want universal healthcare, but he doesn't want universal free college. He doesn't want things like that because he thinks it's unfair to the taxpayer and he doesn't want to pay it. But really what it is they think that one day they're going to be just like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. If only they just stick with it and stick it out. Even though they're 58 years old and they're fat and they're not that great looking and they don't really have anything particularly going for themselves that would make them like a star, you know, like that would make everyone want to tune into them. They think that somehow, some way, just give them maybe 5, 10 more years, they're going to find that secret sauce and they're going to be billionaires just like Mark Zuckerberg. They just need a little bit more time.
He is struggling like the rest of us. I mean, he's got 3 jobs, but jumps to defend men like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk.
One of my favorite quotes, political quotes that actually happens to come from Lyndon B. Johnson, goes, and I'm sure you've heard it. He said, "If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you." And that is 100% correct. That also plays into this.
I don't know about you, but I am so sick of all of this woke crap infiltrating every single part of our society. There are political, social, and sexual agendas being pushed in all of the media that our kids are consuming. I just went to my local library, happened to walk past the kids section, and happened to see a couple books that were interesting. I saw books upon books about how Black children have grown up oppressed and how white people have oppressed them. There was a ton of Black Lives Matter content. And aside from that, there is a huge LGBTQ agenda. I saw a book about a little boy wanting to wear a dress to school and thinking he's a girl. Now, if you're a parent and you're okay with your kids consuming this kind of content, that is your decision. But at the same time, there are a lot of parents who aren't aware of the agendas that are right under their noses, and they don't want you to see that.
Going in on TPUSA is too easy. They lack originality, common sense, and are as stupid comes. I could barely make it through that clip because it's all the same garbage with a different face. When it comes to conservatives, words have no meanings. In fact, most of their buzzwords have eerily similar definitions, almost like they're the ones pushing an agenda. Agendas aside, the right loves to take words for granted, and they have successfully cornered the market on making woke one of the most cringy titles on the internet. But what if I made the case on reclaiming the word? Seriously, conservatives, the right, Republicans, however you want to call a spade, have stolen this word along with many others and misdefined and mocked them as an excuse to be homophobic, racist, and bigoted.
Republicans out here banning books? Hell yeah! Get rid of all them books! My freedom was threatened when Carhartt made all their employees get the jab, thanks to all them liberals. No more! I don't want to read about no Holocaust or Japanese internment. I don't want to read about nothing. Reading is for communists.
Now, perhaps you found that clip funny. Maybe you thought it was too much. But what's important about that is I want to talk just about the framing and how the GOP establishment, not the voters, but how the actual establishment views their voters, and then also how the Democratic Party views the left-wing voting base. And by left-wing, I mean progressives all the way just in, to corporate liberals. Just that whole perspective.
If I don't agree with it, it ain't history. I got 1776 tattooed on my inner eyelids. I can't blink without seeing freedom.
Now, that right there, sure, we laugh at that, but that's actually how the Republican Party sees a huge chunk of their voting base. That's why we know they continuously throw things like critical race theory all over the place, banning this book, banning that book, hyper focusing on eliminating, trans rights and just making life more difficult, completely unnecessarily for trans people as often and as much as they can. Just hyper focusing on still things like we need Trump back to build the wall, all of those types of things, while we know the Republican Party is the biggest, corporate giveaway institution